This is the Seattle Aquarium's Ocean Pavilion, which is really neat from a structural engineering perspective because the main tank is actually the structure. Like if you pull back the facade, this concrete, which constitutes the main structure of that cantilever, is actually the concrete used for the tank inside the aquarium. So the fish are swimming inside the structure, which I think is really, really fun. This building was engineered by the engineers at Magnuson Klemensic Associates, or MKA engineers, and a shout out to them for sharing some of these photos of the construction process. But right here is a little scale model of the entire structure and tank. So if you've ever been to the Seattle Aquarium's Ocean Pavilion, you'll notice that it looks just like the interior, where this is all basically like a sculptural structural concrete that's specifically designed for the fish. So the fish take precedent in the design process, where every little curve, every little nook and cranny is designed for the actual maintenance of the fish habitats and the fish ecosystem. So you have this interesting shape. It's all decorated here with the coral or whatever. And this is all designed for the actual fish. Then beneath that, you have tons and tons of rebar designed to actually follow these curves to give this aquarium a lot more rigidity and strength so that you can get rid of a bunch of columns running on the inside. And then this also serves to hold the tank in place during seismic or high wind events. Here's a view of the Revit model for the structure. So here you have the large tank, which is structural, and then you have all the roof columns here, which are also used to actually build up the pavilion on top of the Ocean Pavilion. So you can actually come up here as a pedestrian. I did it when I was in Seattle a few weeks ago. So you have the main tank down here. You have these roof beams here, which help give shape to the pedestrian access on top. Then you have these beams down here, which I'm guessing just kind of hold the facade in shape. Then if you go back here where you don't have the tank, you can see you have columns going through, and it's a much more like standard structural system. But because you have this unique design where it's cantilevering out, you have this large tank that takes up just a lot of volume within the building, it made sense to kind of combine the two structures. So you have this structural aquarium kind of holding the entire thing in place. Having the entire structure made out of concrete also just made sense because, you know, when it's covered in water, it becomes a very corrosive environment for steel, especially if you have salt water. So essentially here you just have this large, everything's combined in one. You have the concrete, it was all designed for the water. And then the structural thing was not secondary, but it followed the function of the aquarium. So this is kind of that form follows function type of design. There's a lot more to talk about this project, so if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. I can try and follow up with the engineers and ask, or if any of them are watching this video, then they can answer them themselves. If there's a lot more to talk about, I'd love to make a longer video about this. So yeah, let me know any of your questions, and thank you for watching.